Hey guys, Tony Michaels back from the Sports Pick Portal, trying to cash in here on week 14. Some of you guys playoffs for the fantasy football. Other guys got the bye, and the rest of the guys are eliminated. But we're not talking fantasy here. It's just a topic this week for me. But we are looking into these games for week 14. Hopefully you cashed in on those week 13 games that I've given out. So we're going to jump right in here. Thursday, December 5th, Dallas Cowboys at the Chicago Bears. My Chicago Bears. Dallas -3. I went back and forth on this game. It was a tough game for me to handicap. Both teams are on the down spiral. Both teams have to win. And anytime that is said, I usually go with the team getting the points. It's usually the away team. But in this case, the home team's getting the points in the spotlight on Thursday night. I got to go with the Chicago Bears plus the 3. I know they haven't looked great. They got some extra rest. Actually, they didn't because they're playing Thursday, and so did Dallas. So let me take that back. But yeah, I usually go with the team that gets the points in a game like this, especially on a Thursday. And if it's a home team, it's an added bonus. So I'm taking the Chicago Bears plus 3. Sunday, the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta -2.5. Ron Rivera's gone. The Panthers are eliminated from the playoffs. The Falcons already have been eliminated and been playing spoiler. They can't play spoiler in this game, but I like the Atlanta Falcons at home. I just think that Carolina doesn't have anything left. And I ain't going to go with the 2.5. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons minus like the 130 money line, something like that. The Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills. Baltimore Ravens -5.5. The betting public should be on this one all the way. The Buffalo Bills are a team that can be reckoned with. They beat the Dallas Cowboys in an upset I didn't have. I had Dallas as one of my top plays Thanksgiving. So, you know, Buffalo's got the extra rest here, 10 days off. What are they going to do with it? I still like the Ravens. I'm just not sold on the Bills. They could keep winning and winning and winning. They don't impress me very much, and they don't score a lot of points. And the Ravens do the opposite. They impress me, and they score a lot of points, and it's a good matchup here for them. I'm going to ride with the Baltimore Ravens minus the 5.5. Cincinnati Bengals at Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns -8.5. Last time I checked, both of these teams are eliminated from the playoffs. So that being said, I think you take the points again. It's the battle of the Ohios here. I think it'll be a closer game than people think. If you get the 9 points in the Bengals, I would take it. Washington Redskins at the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay -13.5. I have at some books. 13.5, somewhere around there. So the public is jumping all over the Green Bay Packers here. Yeah, and they should. I mean, that's the logical play this early. I like the Washington Redskins. I just think that, you know, Darius Geis is actually looking pretty good. And anytime you have a guy that's fresh like that in week 14, he could keep the game close. I mean, Green Bay's wide receivers don't impress me at all. It's just Aaron Rodgers. He's not making mistakes. I like to take the points here. I think Green Bay will win. They probably ain't going to lose too many more games this season. But anytime there's point spreads involved, I'll buy it up a point and take the Washington Redskins +14. Denver Broncos at the Houston Texans. Houston -9.5 at home. They're an up and down team. They're either really good or really bad. They beat the Patriots last week in a very impressive game, and usually this kind of team, especially this team, follows it up with a disappointing game. So I think the Denver Broncos could actually win this game in a money line situation, probably +400, 500, something like that. I'm definitely going to splash that a little bit. I know that they usually play up to their potential here. And they don't usually play up against their potential against teams that are not that good. And they usually play well against teams that are great, if that makes any sense to you. So that being said, I'm taking the Denver Broncos all day at the 9.5. Probably going to get plus 10. Lindsey's a top running back this week. He should keep the game close. The game script here in this game should be low scoring. I think Jackson makes some mistakes here. So, yeah, for sure, I'm taking the Denver Broncos plus, let's say, 10. Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota minus 13.5. Man, this is a hard game to play. Thielen's not going to play. Minnesota can score with the best of them. Detroit is a team with the third string quarterback. It's very tough. I did like what they did a little bit on Thanksgiving. I think that Detroit could, look into that a little deeper, and they have the long rest is a key here. 13.5 is too much. It's not a game that I'm going to play, but Minnesota is not that impressive to me, and 13.5 is too much, so I'll take Detroit. San Francisco 49ers at the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans minus 2.5. It's another game I went back and forth on. I just think that the Saints could probably win this game. They're at home. It's just that the 49ers could be undefeated. They lost to Baltimore by 3, and they could have won that game pretty easy, and they lost an overtime game to Seattle where they missed a field goal. This team always keeps it close. I mean, if they're not blowing teams out, they're losing by 3 points. It's 2.5. You buy up a half a point. You take the 49ers plus the 3. I think worst case scenario, you push. But I think the 49ers can pull this off. They got the defense to do it. And I'm taking San Francisco as one of my top plays at plus 3. Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. The New York Jets are minus 5.5. I got them 5. I had them at 6, actually, before these spreads came out. I make my own spreads. Yeah, that's about right. I think the Dolphins, I'm going to take them plus the 5.5. I think it's going to be a game that's close. You're going to have two quarterbacks slinging the ball, giving their team opportunities to win here. They're evenly matched. I'm taking the 5.5. Indianapolis Colts at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay minus 3. This is a game where everybody's going to like the Buccaneers, what they've been doing lately. The Colts haven't been doing anything. It should be a no-brainer for the betting public, but not for me. I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts just for the simple fact that they're going to be due to win a game, and this is a good matchup for them, and there's going to be a lot of turnovers in this game, and the Colts are the better defense. So, I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer to me at the plus 3. I like the Colts. LA Chargers at Jacksonville Jaguars. LA Chargers minus 3 on the road. For a team that is 4-8, playing another team that's 4-8, but yet they're home or road favorites, home dogs would be for the Jaguars. So the Chargers are home or road favorites here, and it's just mind-boggling to me, but Jacksonville hasn't really been doing anything. At least Rivers is showing something, and the running backs here situation by committee, they're doing well. So I guess it's not a game I'm going to play, but I'll stick with the Chargers minus the 3. Pittsburgh Steelers minus 2 at the Arizona Cardinals. This is a game where Pittsburgh's not at home. They're playing not that great offensively. They're playing great at home defensively, but on the road, they're a different team. Arizona should win this game and take the plus 2.5 just in case, but I like Arizona a lot in this game. It's a good matchup for them. They're coming off the bye. Pittsburgh's been playing out of their mind. Tomlin's going to be coach of the year, like I said, especially if they make the playoffs with a team like this. They're a good team. They're a great team at home. So I think we could beat a good team, and the Arizona Cardinals will win. Let's say it's 24-17. Kansas City Chiefs at the New England Patriots. New England's only -3 here. Interesting. They usually do well in bounce-back games. The Chiefs had a blowout. Andy Reid is 17-3 after the bye, so we knew they were going to win that game. That was a top play. So it's a tough game to put your hands around. If you're going to bet it, you're probably going to go with the Patriots here. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs. I like what Mahomes is starting to do. There's momentum. The Patriots don't have to win. Neither does Kansas City, but Kansas City is the better team. The reason why the Patriots' defense was so great at the beginning of the season, those first like 8 or 9 games, they didn't play anybody good. I mean, now they're playing offenses that are good, and you're seeing what's happening to them. They played Baltimore. They played Houston. I mean, these are good offensive teams, and you're seeing what's happening to that great, Patriot defense. This is another, phenomenal offensive team, and these teams have been playing well against the Patriots, so I'm sticking with them. It could be snowing here. It's probably going to be 20 degrees, so keep an eye on the weather because Mahomes won't fare well here throwing. But if it's clear out, I don't care what the temperature is, the Chiefs is the play. Tennessee Titans at the Oakland Raiders. Oakland +3 at home. Tennessee -3 on the road. Wow. I like the Oakland Raiders in a bounce-back game. I'm not sold on Tennessee. I think they're weak. I like Oakland. I like what Gruden's doing. They didn't play well last week. They never play well against Kansas City anyways. Doesn't matter who the coaching, who the players are. I've been a Raiders fan for 25 years. And let me tell you something. Anytime they play the Chiefs, I'll put my money on the Chiefs and I won't watch the game. And I'll win probably 80% of the time. The Chiefs always beat that team, but we're not talking Chiefs. We're talking Oakland Raiders at home, black hole, Tennessee, not good on the road. This is another no-brainer for me. Oakland Raiders, my best bet of the week, +3. Seattle Seahawks, it was -3. Now it's -1 at the LA Rams. So somebody's seen something and put millions of dollars on the Rams early to get that +3. I'm not sold on that. The Rams, like I said, won't make the playoffs. So for them not to make the playoffs, they need to lose this game here, and they will. Seattle's playing pretty dang good. One of the best teams in the leagues thus far. They're beating elite teams. And they're doing it well. So, they just came off a big win against Minnesota. I think they follow it up here. They're on the road, but, it's going to be great weather. And Russell Wilson is playing MVP caliber. I think they get it done here. I'm not going to take the -1, though. I don't roll like that. I'll take the -20 because I don't want to push here. Monday night, the Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia -9. Philadelphia's been playing horrible. The Giants been playing horrible. I'm taking the points here. That's a lot of points, +9. It's an even matchup. I see it. The Eagles are not the Eagles of, last year or, maybe at the beginning of the season what we thought they could do. They're a different team. The Giants are definitely a different team too. They have a guy named Barkley on their team that's due for an explosive game, and I think that could happen. And they got some decent receivers, and their defense is not too shabby. I think this game stays close. I think it's a shootout, though. So another top play for me, guys, is over 47 on the total. I think it goes well over 47. I think we're going to be closer to 60 in this one. So let's take that, and let's throw a parlay in there with the Giants. But the big plays will probably be my Oakland Raiders, the over in this Giants and Eagles game. And I like the 49ers, and I like the Broncos. These are just some games that I'm going to be betting, and I like the Falcons. So those are games I'm betting, guys. And for all you guys that want to bet all the games, you could take them. I'm doing very well this season. So this is Tony Michaels from the Sports Pick Portal, and I'll see you in Week 15.